Hello, and welcome to episode number 13 of 100 Million Possibilities Show. Today, I would like to talk about becoming superhuman. It's actually a class I'm starting on Monday. It's a 14, no, 17-day class where every every day we do a little bit of chatting. I actually do most of the chatting, and then we clear energies, and that doesn't allow us to have different spiritual abilities like clairvoyance, clairaudience, bending time, time travel. It sounds kind of far fetched, but if we ever would like to in the future to have these kind of abilities, we actually have to start working on it at some point, or actually just ask for it and ask universe to actually show you. So today I would like to actually just have a chat about it. It's not like I'm not gonna do the prom. I did a little short promo at the beginning, but why I wanted to do this class and what this actually it means for me. Um, where do I start? Like for example, I love of all the fantasy movies. I like movies about witches and special skills and special abilities, all the magic and all sorts of stuff. And it's kind of deep inside of myself. I do believe that those abilities are possible. Only thing throughout all these lifetimes we've been kind of diminishing our own power because we listened as a people and or we are scared or have those powers, like for example lots of times um, this fear is based that hundreds years ago when there was burning of witches, that those witches were burned because of their abilities. And so in if you were one of those witches, you in this lifetime you actually chose not to have those abilities because you didn't want to die because of that anymore. So there are so many kind of blocks and things are put on us in our energy fields that actually doesn't allow us to access them. Because I'm sure you have heard of people um who actually do have some level of these abilities. And for example, I mentioned like a time bending. Have you ever know have you ever noticed that time is not always linear as we are taught it to be? Like for example, I had occasions where I'm going somewhere and I'm actually arrive exactly on time, even though I actually when I used to look at my watch, I kind of knew I'm gonna miss it, but I kind of didn't put it. But on my mind, it was always I wanna arrive on time. So basically, time is not linear. Have you noticed how if we are doing something that we really enjoy, time actually passes slower than when we actually do something that we don't like? And even though that by clock it goes exactly the same amount of minutes have gone past, but time speeds up when we do something that we really like. And can you imagine that? And that's why people who actually like for example, if you are at work and you really hate the work, it they seem so long, and it's actually give us the idea that time has slowed, even though it's actually that's how you actually bend and twist the time. It you actually I don't know where I lost a little bit. So that's one of the abilities. Another abilities are clairvoyance or clairaudience. or talking to the entities. Uh, that's kind of closer to our home because we know more people who actually can talk to entities who are psychics and clairvoyant than people who actually bend time. And so, what would it take to actually develop all these skills? Just because you haven't got those, it doesn't mean you don't have them. It's basically they're dormant. And so I actually have worked with light languages to actually change different my to change different abilities I have with my own clairaudience or my psychic skills. And sometimes you need practice with this. For example, I practice my psychic skills with reading Akashic records. In June, I did my first course on Akashic records, and for the first month, you have to offer sessions for free. So basically, posted on Facebook that I give free Akashic record sessions, and over 60 people sign up. So literally over the 1 month period, I did around 60 private sessions on Akashic records. And even though I didn't get money for that, that was such an amazing possibility to actually practice the skill in such a short period of time. And it gave me the trust that whatever information comes, because you literally, when you go into Akashic records, you're like in a you're this dark room. You don't know what is going to be there. Because if you read Akashic records for yourself, you kind of know where you've been and you kind of guess what's out there. But when you do it for someone else, you don't know where this person came from. And if they ask the questions, for example, like why my money is not working the way I want it to go, you have to trust that the information that Akashic records give to you, it's relevant to that person. And it's not it's not enough just to have these uh, abilities as a superhuman. It's You need to practice them. Like for example, I consider light language that I'm doing currently as a super ability because I didn't have it before, and I wasn't able to heal people before, but I all the like for the past few years I've been actively asking for these skills until I found the person who I love training with. And when I first started to doing them myself, I had to basically, again, I had to practice it every day for to develop these skills. And I'm not really good at actually like disciplining myself and actually do them like on a regular basis. So basically I created a couple, I think I did three 7-day classes in a row. That's 21 days. So I did light language every day because people were signing up for it, and I had to practice it for myself. And after now I've done it 35 days in a row because I'm in the middle of different class, and I do feel how the energy changes and how the quality of how I do light language, it actually um, changes and it gets even better. So just how we would work in, for example, in becoming human class, superhuman, becoming superhuman. It's basically with light language, I'm gonna open up these abilities, all these dormant abilities that are still lying in somewhere in us, and how to actually get access to these energies. I don't know if you like watching those fantasy stuff like I do. Recently came out, I think it was last Friday, came out TV series The Wheel of Time, and there is I forgot the name of the woman. So she's one of the people. I don't even know the description of her. Basically, she works with energies, and so they actually visually showed how the energy, what she does with the energy, and I so loved it. It actually gave me goosebumps. I know that's a fiction, but I do know as well that some percentage of these fictions are real. They just show us these fictions, so we would think that they are not real, so we can't actually choose it. How did I start with my light language? I didn't even know that's a light language I was doing. I know that there is some possibility to work with energies, and a few years ago came out a movie Doctor Strange with what's Cumberbatch. I forgot his name. Benedict Cumberbatch. But Doctor Strange, and again, it's a fiction. It's a Hollywood movie about a guy who goes and looks for the someone who could give him the knowledge of. I can't forget what his knowledge was. I have to watch it again. And so basically, he was working with his hands and transmuting different energies. And that's literally how I started with my light language. I only found out this year that that's what I was doing, because light language can be you work with hands, and light language can be you work with your voice, and you draw symbols. And so basically, I observed how Doctor Strange works with energies, and I started to kind of mimic him. It sounds ridiculous, but that's how I started, like going into energy, because that I didn't really want to do uh, hands-on healing. When you touch people and you just do the, like being a mediator. I actually love the idea of moving energies and transmuting, and I don't know whatever. But I really loved how Doctor Strange worked. And then again, I saw in this TV series Wheel of Time how she works with energies, and it gave me goosebumps because that's how I love working with energies. Because I know the people who works, for example, with light languages, they do only voice or they do only hands. I love to do both at the same time. And but again, it needs practice, and it needs practice throughout this um, throughout the summer. I actually listened someone else's light languages to actually open up my own abilities. And that's what I would like to actually this class to be, open up our own different abilities, whatever you decide to be. Because I'm gonna make a list of things that I would like to develop for myself, and I would invite you to make the same list, and we would basically go and activate them and remove all the blocks that doesn't allow you to access them or believe that you can have them, and so on and so on. So I would like to actually, I don't really have much else to say about that. If you are interested and you want to check out the class, the link is in comments, in description. Sorry, in description. And I would like to actually end this episode with getting started with accessing your supernatural spiritual abilities and gifts and talents. If you haven't listened one of my light languages, just bear with me. It sounds funny, but it's awesome. It's actually changing a lot, and after those 35 days, I feel like completely new person. So, if this is your first time listening light language, just sit somewhere comfortable. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. Just yeah, lie down or sit comfortably, and basically soak in the sounds and the energies. Because you might feel like I just did the all about money um, 16th day, and my head was just spinning. So I wanted to use the same energy to actually do the episode for today. Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna tune in and let's do what would it take to open up our supernatural spiritual abilities, gifts, and talents. And if you want, you can actually listen to this recording over and over again. And you can actually listen to, like, for example, if you like magic movies, like for example Harry Potter, or does Lord of the Ring has magic? Maybe Lord of the Ring has magic. Wheel of Time, Doctor Strange, or anything, X-Men. So what I would recommend you to actually listen this while watching the movie, and see what shows up, because this gonna be interesting, especially if you want to have those abilities, how they can start to show up for you. You might not gonna get um, what's called, let's say, if you want to do teleportation, you're not gonna maybe learn it in or activate it in within a week, but it's gonna start to prepare your body and your mind for actually to be able to do it in the future. Jehana šoda piesalāda masa tarata. Sirhe nirha nāra vieša nosa viena sama tarhatana. Sirhe nirha nāša vieha tāsa tieta. Sirhe nirha lāha šemaha tosa navasan. Sirhe nirha māda vieša naduraha tiesata. Sirhe mirha lāva šamasa. Sirhe nirha nāva semaha tosata. Sirhe nirha lāva ševaha tāratasa. Erhe merha poša piehata, pirhe nerhe pierha toša nehasana, erhe nerha malhata, serhe merha loha shevasana, serhe nerha loha shepasa te meha torasa, semeha navasanata, semeha vana matasa dadata, serhe merha torhe pieha sorha tosha tavata, erhe nera masa nevete senana, Sirhe mirha tāsa pirta, sirhe pirha tošana vieha tāmasa. Sēmaha nāra piena siena tūra pišana oha tevita, pirhe milha tieba halahata, hirhe mirha lāžanāsa, hirhe noraha šoda piesana dierha tova tiena samata, sārha dievaša, sēmaha laha tierha šobaha tārada, sirhe mirha tāša vesata, Sirhe merha toša rieha temasa. Erhe merha malaha tasa. Sirhe nerha loha šova sona tara piesa navata. Siemehe leha tāna valaha taraha tasa. Sirhe merha šobeha no da voha pitarēna matara. Terhe merha teraha sovata. Sirhe nerha šova tasa. Šoraha voraha voraha samata. Sirhimiraha balashava. Sirhimiraha lava shamazana. Hirhimiraha pashata. Sirhimiraha vashamanavasa. Hirhiniraha shavahasa tarata. Shurha morhatosa. Hirhimiraha pala pasa megalhala. Hirhimira tiesha tuona matasana. Semhanava sieda tarata. Semhanava shamahasa. Hirhiniraha toraha torasa. Hirhimiraha tara palaha tarasa. Sirhimiraha palaha tarahasana. Sirhimiraha tavata. Sirhimiraha varaha tarashana masata pieha torta. Hiremesa marata. Hiremiraha savasa parihe piešoba semedero toda. Sirhimiraha torjanada. Hirhiniraha piesa mata vieta. Hirhiniraha toraha torsha toraha purama torsha nodasa. Siremina mashameda molaha tarata. Hirhinir hashashatarata. Hashara shatara tarahasa. Hirhimir hashonava. Hirhimir hashoravona. Hirhimir hashora norata. Hirhinir bashora halo hashonata. Sirhimir barahava. Hirhimir hata. Sirhiteshanava sama. Amanasatnederihimira watarasanata. Hirhinira havara vasha. Hirhinira hatora shataramada pasanaveda. Hemhatasa. Hirhimira hatana savata. Hemhatala hatoshata. Hemhana basanava. Hirhimira havara mashena surata. Hirhimiraha piesata mada pasanava. Sirhimiraha nava shedata. Hirhimiraha tora shona. Horata nora shona. Horata nora shona. Horata nora hashona bashotata. Sirhimiraha tasha navasa. Sirhimiraha nemahalahatasana. Samhanavasa. Samhanavasarata. Samhanavarata satarat. Hirhimirhana shatavas. Esirhamavas yadamavatas. Anahalahatas. Elehenirhatasana. Rehenirhamarhasavatarato. Ehimehatavat. Ehimevashomahasa. Ehivenamashomahatosa. Terhimirhabarhatasata. Alahasena dosana. Serhimirhashavasa. Serhimirhashematoras. Erhimirhamalahaterhatosanata. Erhinirhasa. Erhinirhanarhapasaterta. Serhimirhashomas. Erhimirhapiesatavata. Nahasana. Nahasana haseda torata. Erhemiha torsa toratanata. Semhatala vasana. Erhenirha laha shavatanas. Allahataba savadirha toratas. Serhemirha maravaterhatas. Erhemirha toraha shevata. Erhemirha pasanata. Erehmarhatas. Erehemartas. Emirhinarhatasana. Erehemirhashoda palahatesata. Serhemirhatara dorahatersa. Serhemeda shebahataravada. Serhemirhadara sena mohata. Serhemirhavatasan. Herhemerhashanadas. Serhemerhasa. Serhemerhasana. Herhemerhasanavata. Herhemerhavarhanasa. Herheverhamarhanasa. Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, oh. Thank you for watching. And yeah, so if this is your first time watching and listening light language, this is how it's done. Well, this is how I do. And yeah, if you choose to come to super becoming superhuman class, the link is below or above if you're watching it on Facebook. And happy creating. Oh, the another thing I wanted to mention is if you have following the all the spiritual news that's all about the energies, we are actually moving into the 5D world where all these abilities and skills will be available to us. And so with this course, I actually would like to kind of starting warming us up, because the transition is not going to happen like that. Just because we're going there doesn't mean like it's going to happen like this. So it basically depends on us how soon we're going to get individually to 5D. And the preparation is going to make it easier and smoother and quicker. And if you don't know much how the 5D is going to operate, it's basically everything is going to be so much easier than it is now. But you individually, you still can get to 5D before the others. And in 5D, basically, don't exist things like greed and fear and anger, because those are 3D emotions. So the more you work on your own abilities and you clear most of the stuff, the easier the life is gonna get. And there is gonna be so much more possibilities, and life is gonna just be this magical thing. So thank you very much. I don't have much else to say about this topic. And so thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. And see you soon again. Bye bye.